Hi, everyone. This is Jackie. Thanks for joining us today on our deep stretch. We're going to go ahead and get going. To start, if you're using a yoga mat, feel free to walk the length of your yoga mat back and forth. If you're not using a yoga mat, you can walk in place. You can walk around your space, whatever is comfortable. And as we start to slowly just move the body, I want us to really, throughout our whole practice today, our whole deep stretch, just to focus on inhaling through the nose, maybe a couple seconds where be a little bit more connected in body and mind today, and then exhale through the mouth. Again, a couple seconds. And always tune in with the body. If something's not feeling good or if you need a modification or just want to switch out a different movement for your stretch or muscle groups, feel free. We do have a couple different flows today. Our first flow, we will be laying on our back, taking our time with some light movements, having gravity kind of sink us into the floor a little bit. And then we'll get into a tabletop flow for the next round. And then we'll have a standing flow. And goal is if we have time, just to repeat 2 of those. If we don't have time, totally okay. I'd rather spend more time slowly getting into movements than trying to get through them a couple rounds. So. And when you're ready, feel free to slowly make your way on towards the floor. We are going to be in a laying position, back to the floor, bellies point up towards the sky. I am going to get some music going on in the background. So let me know if it's too loud or not loud enough. All right, when you're on your back, feel free to extend the legs long, away from the body. You can have the heels rest to the floor if you like. You can have your arms rest down by the sides of your body, kind of outside the hips or the thighs. And that breath work that we were working on as we were walking, continue that pattern. Inhale through the nose, feel that chest rise. Exhale with the mouth, feel that chest sink into the floor. And if you feel any unwanted tension, try to breathe through it. See what you can release just laying down to start. And when you're ready, continuing this breath pattern, I want us to start wiggling our toes. Just a slight movement. And continuing on, go ahead and point the toes to the wall away from the feet. Then you can point the toes to the sky. You can do both at a time. You can alternate if you'd like. Just doing a couple forward and up. Still sticking with that breath pattern. Go ahead and start moving those ankles side to side. Point the toes to the right wall, toes to the left wall. Doesn't have to be a big movement. Whatever movement suits you and feels best. When you're ready, feet can just go to a neutral spot. We're gonna start wiggling our fingers. Your palms can face the floor if they like. Your palms can face the sky. I find it a little bit more comfortable if my palms are to the sky, but opt in for what feels best. And when you're ready, open your palms nice and wide. Stretch the fingers out. Then close your hands into a light fist. Stretch the fingers out, wide palm. Closing the wrist. Find your tempo. And from here, go ahead and keep your hands in a light fist. And raise your forearms just a little bit above the floor. I have my elbows kind of driving into the floor just to give those forearms a little bit more support. And I'm just slowly bending the wrists towards the body and then away. I have my palms facing my chest. And from here, I'm gonna rotate my forearms towards my body to have my palms now face away. And I'm just gonna continue kind of moving the wrist forward and backward. And when you're ready, drop both hands back down towards the floor. Palms can face in whichever direction. And as we continue our breath, go ahead and slowly drop the right ear down towards the floor. So turn your face to face the right wall. Go ahead and bring the forehead back to our starting position. And then rotate on the left side. Drop the left ear down to the left, to the floor on the left. And repeat. Go ahead and rotate through, kind of rotating the head side to side, maybe around five or six times. Find your breath. And then when you're ready, head can come to a neutral spot. Go ahead and bring arms up overhead. Nice and straight, making a print letter X shape with your body. You can extend your feet a little bit wider if that feels comfortable. And as you breathe, go ahead and just find some connection. If you feel some tension somewhere, just focus on that spot, breathe through it. See if you can release anything. If you feel too much tension, you can always bend the elbows instead of having the arms straight out. If you have your arms straight out, definitely putting some rotation in the shoulder. So just tune in. Good part to just pause and feel your body. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. When you're ready, you can bring your arms back in towards the side of the body. You can have your palms face the floor, face the sky, whatever's comfortable. I have my palms to the floor and my hands just on the outside of the thighs. I'm gonna slowly start bending in the legs. So feet flat to the floor, knees are bent towards the sky. I do have my heels relatively close to where my glutes are. And in this position, I'm going to slowly think about pushing my spine to the floor. So supporting that low back just for a second in our transition. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring both knees in towards the chest. Shins will be parallel to the floor, to the sky. And then both arms can grab the shins if that feels comfortable. We're just going to give our legs a nice big hug. So tucking those knees a little bit closer towards the chest. And from here, stay in this position. If you would like, you can have both hands kind of guide both legs to the left, just about an inch or two. Then bring everything back to center. And then kind of guide to the right. Just adding in some rotation, low back, low hips. Go ahead and bring everything back to center. Release the hands off the shins. Bring the feet flat to the floor. Knees are bent and pointing towards the sky. We are going to do a right leg lift. So left leg is going to stay exactly where it's at. Go ahead and extend the right leg, point the right toes to the sky. With your hands, you can reach behind the right leg, on the hamstrings, behind the thigh or the calf, behind the shin, whatever's going to be comfortable. Once you find a good position, go ahead and tuck the chin to chest. Slightly raise the shoulder blades up off the floor. And see what comfortability you have, bringing that leg closer towards the head. Breathing through. If you feel too much tension, you can always either bend the knee a little bit or lower your head back down to the floor. So a couple different options. Always kind of move with what stretches aren't feeling too good. Or if you have a stretch that's feeling good, see what range you have today. If you want to stretch deeper, release a little bit, give it a little bit of a break, and then stretch again. Adventures are always there. When you're ready, go ahead and release the hands up off the back of the leg. Drop the head down to the floor if it was up. Right foot comes back into the left foot. Moment in transition, both knees bent, pointed to the sky, feet flat to the floor, pushing that low spine into the floor as well. Maybe a breath or two before you rotate. And when you're ready, go ahead and extend that left leg long towards the sky. When you're ready, hands get placed behind either the hamstring or the back of the calf. Tuck the chin to chest. You can bring those shoulder blades up off the floor if you'd like, and find a good position that you would like to stretch in. When you're ready, release the hands up off the legs, head can rest down. Feet flat to the floor, knees bent, push the spine into the floor, moment of transition. From here, extend your arms into that T-shaped position or out to the side at shoulder height or in line with the shoulders. Palms can face the sky, palms can face the floor, whatever is preferred. I'm gonna bring my feet close together so that they're touching, the legs are touching. And as I continue my inhale and exhale, I'm gonna slowly drop both legs to the left. And if your legs completely come down to the floor, totally okay. If they don't, also totally okay. I just want to focus on keeping our arms in that T-shaped position while the legs are currently dropped to the left. Couple inhales, exhales. When you're ready, bring both feet flat to the floor, back to our center position, and then rotate on the other side and drop the knees down to the right. Back to center. One more rotation, drop the legs to the left. Back to center. And a final drop to the right. And back to center. You can push that low spine to the floor. Moment of transition, you can bring the hands down to the sides of the body. That feels more comfortable. Nice big inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. When you're ready, next movement we have is our figure four, our lying down figure four position. So left leg is going to stay where it's at. Let's bring the right knee in towards the chest. Then rotate so the right knee and right hip open out towards the right. And then have both hands guide the shin toward the left leg so we can rest our right ankle above our left knee, making a figure four shape position. So the right knee is pointed towards the right, while the bottom of left foot is pointed towards the left side. First option, you can stay in this position. Second option, you can bring the left feet or the left foot off the floor. In the space between the legs, right arm can reach through and left hand can reach around the left thigh. Your fingers can interlace, your hands can hold each other behind that left thigh. And bring those legs closer towards the body, really stretching out the outside of that right hip, that right glute. That's your other option. Just breathing through this position. And if you had your left foot in the air, go ahead and drop that left foot flat to the floor. Let's keep that right knee or that right leg where it's at. The outside of that right ankle is still resting above that left knee. Laying on our backs, taking a breath, just in this position. I am gonna start to place my right hand kind of on the inside of the right inner thigh, just right before that right knee. And with this move, we control the stretch. And I say that because with that right hand, go ahead and slowly start pushing away that right knee, that right thigh, just a little, naturally opening up some of that right hip. And then from there, go ahead and move that palm towards the outside of the right knee. And then go ahead and bring the right knee in towards the chest with your hands, keeping that right ankle still on that left leg. And then rotate, so you're lightly pushing the leg away when the palm's on the inside of the leg. And then palm on the outside of the leg, bring that leg closer towards the chest. So maybe do 3 to 5 kind of rotations. Breathe in between the two. It's not an intense push movement by any means. Your leg is in a naturally relaxed state and your hands just kind of guiding it into some different positions. And when you're ready, hands can release off that leg. Right foot can come flat to the floor. You can keep that right knee bent towards the sky. If you'd like, you can push the low spine into the floor, giving a moment here. Nice big inhale and exhale. When you're ready, left leg's turn. Bring that left knee in towards the chest. Rotate that left knee, left hip out towards the left. With the hands, have the hands help guide the outside of that left ankle to rest above that right knee. We're in our figure 4 position. First option, staying here if you feel that stretch. Second option, bringing the right foot off the floor. Left hand goes through the space of the legs, right arm reaches around that right thigh. And your hands can interlace, again, hold wrists, whatever feels more comfortable. You can have your head resting on the floor, you can tuck your chin to chest and raise your shoulder blades. Whatever is feeling best. And when you're ready, release the hands, let that right foot drop down towards the floor if it was in the air. Staying in our regular figure 4 position. Now that left hand is resting kind of on that inner right thigh, side of knee. When you're ready, slowly start pushing that left leg away. Right hand can rest wherever is comfortable. Then move the palm now to the outside of the leg. Bring the knee towards the chest. Keeping that left ankle still on that right leg. And rotate, push away. Rotate, push in. Rotate. And if my tempo is ever too fast or too slow, always feel free to do what's the best option for you. rotate. And last push away. And push in. Go ahead, release the hand off that left leg. Let that left foot come flat to the floor. Left knee is bent. You can push the spine in. Nice inhale, exhale. And if you like, you can bring the legs out long, away from the body. You can point the toes away. Feeling nice and long, giving your legs a little bit more of a stretch in the front part. And when you're ready, we are going to move into our tabletop position. So go ahead and you can kind of drive your elbows into the floor, have your palms kind of help push some weight up off. If you do need to grab some water, now would be a good time in our transition. I am going to grab a quick sip myself. But in our tabletop flow, we are on our hands and knees. Our wrists are stacked underneath our elbows. Our elbows are stacked underneath our shoulders. Our knees are stacked underneath our hips. Shins are flat to the floor. And I do have my toes pointing away from the body. If you would like to tuck your toes, you can. I just have mine away. And to start, we're going to do some cat and cows. So tuck the chin to chest, push the spine to the sky, arch that back. Find a good pattern. Then inhale, dip that belly low to the ground. Bring the forehead to the sky. And repeat. Exhale, tuck the chin to chest. Belly button to your spine and your spine to the sky. Inhale, drop that belly low to the floor. Forehead to the sky. And go ahead and rotate between the two. I'll still keep shouting out my tempo if that's helping. And exhale for our cat. And cow. Inhale. And exhale. Last rotation. Inhale. Exhale. And go ahead, return your spine to a neutral spot. You can add some wiggle side to side with the hips if that feels comfortable. And if your palms get tired by keeping them flat to the floor, you can always make a fist and kind of drive your knuckles into the floor. That just helps keeping the wrist in line with our forearms. So if that feels more comfortable, feel free. Always an option. You can drop down to the forearms, the elbows if you're just having too much pain. So just wanted to show that out. Next movement we have thread the needle. So the right arm is going to stay as is. Left arm goes in between the space of the right hand and the right knee. I do have my palm facing the sky. And as I reach that left hand through that space, I'm going to drop down to that left shoulder, bring the left shoulder to the floor, and I'm going to rest the side of my left head on the floor as well. And then the right arm, I'm just going to move a little bit further away from the body so that that right arm is straight. And just taking some inhales and exhales. Go ahead and bring that right arm closer to the body. Then bring that left hand out through the space between the right side. Place that left palm to the floor. Switching sides now. Right arm reaches through the space between the left arm, left leg. And drop that right shoulder down towards the floor. Right side of the head follows. And if you'd like, you can always just move that left arm away from the body, straightening it out. Go ahead and bring that left hand on in and bring that right hand out from the space on the left side. Right hand comes flat to the floor in a normal tabletop position. Maybe adding some wiggle side to side with the hips if that feels comfortable for transition. Then when you're ready, we are then going to tuck our toes. After we tuck our toes, go ahead and slowly start bringing both knees up off the floor, straightening the legs out so that you are in an upside down front letter V-shaped position. You have your hips pointed towards the sky, stretching out the back of the legs. If you'd like to sink in a little bit more to the back leg of the stretch, think about shifting your weight down towards the feet. You'll feel a deeper stretch throughout the calves. And if you'd like, you can start pedaling the legs, so slowly bending that right knee towards the floor, and then bringing it straight, left knee towards the floor, and straightening it out. And repeating, maybe doing a couple rotations if you're pedaling. And when you're ready, bring both knees back down towards the floor, untuck the toes. We are going to get into a child's pose. So sink our hips back down towards the heels. You can walk the hands away from the body a little bit more. Bring the forehead down towards the floor. And we're just going to stay in this position, taking a couple inhales and exhales. And when you feel about ready, go ahead and shift the weight back into a tabletop position. Bring the hands closer to the body if needed. From our tabletop, I want us to bring, or before we do that, I'm going to move my left hand a space closer towards my right hand. So that technically right now we're in line with the right arm, but kind of at a diagonal with that left hand to left shoulder. Our line is just slightly altered because from here, go ahead and bring that left foot and place it on the outside of the left hand. So essentially the left foot just replaced where the hand was at in our natural tabletop position. And so your left hand is in between that left foot and right hand. When you're ready, I'm slowly going to walk both hands closer towards the right knee and then bring my torso up into a nice tall position. So right now we're in a kneeling lunge. You can rest your hands on your hips if that feels comfortable. I have both knees bent 90 degrees. And as I tune in with the breath, I'm slowly gonna lean my weight forward, making sure that my knee stays in line with my ankle. I don't want my knee to go past the toes. We don't want to get into too much of a lean forward. Just lean enough where you feel the stretch on the inside of that right hip. And then go ahead, lean back up neutral where we started. And then lean forward. Then back neutral. And just repeat through those a couple times. If you want to stay deeper in that front lean, totally can. If you just want to slightly rock between, always an option. Go ahead and do about 2 more. Then when you're ready, place both hands back down on the floor where they were previously positioned. Then when you feel comfortable, swing that left leg back on in to meet that right leg. And then left palm moves a little bit towards the left, right palm moves a little towards the left as well, giving space for that right foot. So slowly start moving that that right foot where we were currently positioned with the right palm. Once you feel about comfortable, go ahead and walk the hands towards that left knee and then bring the torso upright. And if you need to make any other adjustments, making sure both knees bent 90 degrees, go ahead. If you'd like, again, hands rest on hips. You can even have your right hand rest on your right thigh, whatever is comfortable. And then slowly lean forward, keeping that ankle and knee in line, not bringing the knee towards being in line with the toes, just taking your time, rocking back. I'm doing a couple more. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring both hands flat towards the floor. Remove that right knee, that right foot, bring it back to meet the left foot in that tabletop position. Normal inhale and exhale. And from here, we are going to get into a standing flow. So in whatever position you need to move from a tabletop to a standing, feel free. Take your time. You want to grab a sip of water. Go ahead. Once you're ready, nice tall standing position, feet at shoulder width apart, toes point forward. I have my hands resting down by the side of my hips. And we're gonna just focus on a forward fold. So go ahead, slowly start hinging the hips, bringing the chest down towards the floor. Arms can just slightly dangle. You can reach for any part of the legs if that feels comfortable. You can reach down towards the floor if you'd like. Just a nice forward fold position. If you want to bend both knees in, just bending them forward a little bit, straightening them out. always an option. You can pedal too if you like. Go ahead, slowly bring the back up to a neutral position. Unhinge. And I'm slowly walking to the short side of my mat. We are going to take a reverse lunge. So right foot takes a step behind the body. Find a nice comfortable position. I have my right foot flat to the floor. You don't have to have your right foot flat. You can keep your right toes towards the floor. And when you feel about ready, reach both arms up towards the sky and slowly sink down towards the floor, bending both knees, almost like you're in a lunge, a deeper lunge. And then stand nice and straight, bring both arms down towards the side of the body, fingertips towards the floor. And repeat. Deep lunge down towards the floor, reach the arms up towards the sky. Stand nice and tall, arms come down. Then when you're ready, go ahead and rotate on the back right foot. You can have your right toes point what was to your right. Now front on, I still have my left toes pointed towards the left. You have your toes pointed in two different directions. Arms go in a T-shaped position. Right now I have both legs straight. And from here, I'm slowly gonna bend and shift my weight towards that left leg. Right leg staying where it's at, nice and straight. Having an inhale and an exhale here. When you're ready, shift your weight back to center, both legs straight. Drop that right arm down towards the outside of that right knee. Left arm reaches towards the sky. Go ahead and return back to that T-shaped position, arms at shoulder height, palms to the floor. Legs are straight. When you're ready, bend the knee, that left knee. Shift your weight toward that left side. Nice inhale and exhale. Then straighten both legs, bring your weight back to center. Drop that right hand down towards the right side of the knee. Left arm towards the sky.
Jackie, how far apart are my legs?
I have about...
Are they shoulder width or further apart?
You're a little bit wider than shoulder width apart.
And wide, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you can always bring a leg closer in if that feels comfortable. But mine are at wider than shoulder width apart. And
toes are pointing towards opposite wall.
Right toes are pointed forward. Left toes are pointed towards the left. And chest is pointed forward as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Think warrior pose if you've done yoga.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's what I'm thinking, but wasn't.
Sweet. And when you're ready, we are gonna switch other sides. So if you want, you can slowly bring your feet together. Just stand nice and tall. Give yourself a moment of transition. And I'm slowly walking to the other side of the mat, the short side of the mat. When you're ready, left leg takes a step behind the body. Getting ready for our lunge. You can be on the flat foot, you can be on the left toes, whatever's comfortable. When you're ready, arms reach up towards the sky. When you bring the knee, that left knee down towards the floor, getting into that deep lunge. And then stand nice and tall, straighten the legs out, arms come down towards the sides of the body. Another breath work. Drop into a low lunge, reach the arms towards the sky. Stand up tall, arms come down. We'll do one more. Arms up, knee down. Stand nice and tall, arms come back to center. or down by the sides of the body. Then from here, right foot's gonna stay where it's at. Think about just opening to the left with the torso and rotating on those left toes so that now the chest and the left toes are pointed forward. Right toes are still pointed towards the right. Both legs are straight. Arms get in that T-shaped position. Palms face the floor. And when you're ready, now we're going to move our weight in towards that right knee. So bend that right knee, shift that weight on that side. And come back. Bring your weight in a neutral spot. Both legs are straight. And then left hand reaches down towards the left side of the knee. Right hands reach towards the sky. Then bring the arms back into a T. Go ahead and shift that weight to that right knee. Shift your weight back to center. Drop the left hand down, right arm up. Back into a T. One more shift. Weight is in that right knee, that right leg. Shift your weight back to center. Left arm down, right arm up. Go ahead and return your hands to that T-shaped position, then drop the hands down to the thighs. Slowly move your feet closer together. Standing nice and tall. In this tall standing position, hands can rest either on hips, down by the sides, whatever's comfortable. I am gonna bring my right heel up off the floor, so I'm on those right toes. And I'm slowly just going to move that right ankle in a circle. But I have that connection with the toe to floor. And just take your time. You can go slow. You can go fast. You can do small circles. You can do nice big control circles. And I'm starting clockwise, but if you started counterclockwise, that's okay. Stick with it. We'll do a rotation soon. Go ahead and rotate the direction. And when you're ready, right foot can come flat to the floor, switching over to the left foot. Bring the left heel up off the floor, left toe is still to the floor. Go ahead and add in some ankle circles, keeping those toes to the floor. I did start counterclockwise to start on this foot. And when you're ready, put it in reverse. And go ahead, drop that left foot flat to the floor. You can have your feet shoulder width apart if you'd like, standing nice and tall. Inhale, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, drop the arms back down towards the sides of the body. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. We'll do two more together. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. If you need more time for your cool down, please take all the time you need. That was our deep stretch for today, and thanks for joining.